Technology in the textbook is where our discussion starts today. And so we want to talk to you a little bit about this technology that is preloaded or programmed in your textbook. We'll talk a little bit about an app that you can get that is of no cost to you in order to enable the technology. We'll show you where the avatars, as we call them, are in the textbook. There's roughly about 20 of them where you can enhance the learning process. We'll talk a little bit about some options you have. You don't have to use the technology, but it's there for your use if you care to do so. And then we'll kind of summarize today's discussion. So how do I get this app? And so the app can be found, the easiest way to find it is at Digimarc, DIGIMARC.com. And so it's applicable for for Mac or for Android based smartphones or tablets. Smartphones usually work better. There are some variations in this, so it's not as if it's fail-proof. Technology is not perfect. Technology is built by humans, which have an imperfection in what they do, and so you can't expect it to necessarily work all the time. But it is designed to work as best as possible most of the time. So I have a link down here. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go to that link. And this link is the digimarc.com/discovery / the Digimarc Discover app. So you can go to digimarc.com and you can work your way through it. I've just preset this particular link in the process. So I'm going to see if we can get it to come up here. All right, so oops, that'll take us back. So let's get that to pop up, and it'll take a second, as is typical in the process, in order to fire that up. And so we only want one of the screens in order to do that. So the app is formulating now, or excuse me, the site is populating now. So you see it says the Digimarc Discover app, and let me blow this up a little bit for you so you can have a little better view. And you can see it says that there's an app here. And if you read right in the middle where my cursor is, it says the Digimarc Discover app detects digital watermarks in the print. And that's what has happened in your textbook. There are watermarks, and I'll go through the detail of where they are in your textbook already. And they identify not songs or music, but actually videos. Now, to get the app, you can do one of two things. You can go to the iTunes App Store, and you can watch my cursor. If you see it, I'm moving it right here. Or you can go to the Google Play Market store for Android, and that's formerly the Android Market, in order to get the app. There's some demonstration material in there as well. So that's the easiest way for you to get it, and you can click on either one of these in order to get the app. It does give you some tips about detecting the watermark in images, and I'm going to go through trying to help you a little bit in regard to that. Here are those two links, and watch my cursor there. There's the App Store link, and there's the Google Play link that's listed there. When we talk about tips in the middle of the page here, launch the app and view the video tutorial showing how it works, and then you point the device in the center of the image, and I'm going to show you where those images are. It's not as if the whole image has the digital watermark. Usually is a portion of the image that has that, and then you point the device's camera at the watermark, and then it lifts it and moves you to a video content is what we've used this for. So let me pull this down for you. And let me go back to where we were in regard to the technology. Okay, so you know where to get the app to start the process. Again, the app is free to use, no charge for being able to have that. All right, so the next question becomes locations and where are these avatars and how do they work? So there are no less than 2 avatars in each chapter. Some of the chapters have 3, even 4 avatars. They are guides to link you to the video content that's on the youtube.com /motivate the world YouTube site. And this is the channel that we have that we've sent you information about how to find our video content. There's a digital watermark, as I alluded to, embedded in the image. And it's not necessarily just the image, it's a portion of the image. And I'm going to try to help you find those in this particular tutorial. So introduction and chapter 1 avatars. So the first one is a function of, in the first of the book, in the textbook, Bridging Global Boundaries, you will see an avatar explanation and then also a picture, and that photo is one of those avatars. The first chapter also has a couple of images. This one on assess, analyze, adapt, and apply, and then you have a chapter 1 review. Now, where specifically are those digital watermarks? Well, what we do is we show you where they are. So you would place your camera and get your screen and focus over this image in the chapter review, over this one for the orientation, and approximately here for the access, analyze, and adapt and apply photo that's there. And one additional note, the little avatar that you see in the bottom there at the chapter 1 review, when you see that particular figure in the textbook, that is a note that this is where you can link to the video content on the YouTube channel. So that's kind of your indicator in the textbook as to where the links are. Let's go to the chapter 2 avatars. There's one on this particular illustration, competitive advantage, e-commerce, and e-business. There's also one here that talks about competitive advantage and gives you a breakdown of the core competencies as well as the value added and value creation components. And then in the chapter 2 review. So where are the Digimarks embedded in these? Well, we have one that's embedded right about here over facilitation. The second one right there at about value creation. And then the third one in the chapter review is over the actual avatar itself. Let's move to our chapter 3 avatars. Program components, looking at how you build your programs from chapter 3 in the plan, and then the chapter 3 review. Where are these particular digital watermarks located? Approximately over the program component, and then on the avatar itself for chapter 3. I'll give you a moment just to see those for placement's sake. Chapter 4. We have the social audit, demographics, and code of ethics that we're looking at, as well as the competitive regulation and self-regulation components. And then the chapter 4 review. So again, where do we locate, or where have we embedded this digital watermark? Right there at about over the code of ethics is where this particular digital watermark is embedded. Right close, or very close near the Better Business Bureau is another one. And then on the avatar itself for the chapter 4 review. And I'll give you a moment to see those locations as well in case you're following and you have the app and you're pulling information from your textbook. Let's look at the chapter 5 avatars. Why quality and the details around that, the benefits of quality and implementation in quality, and then the chapter 5 review. So where are these digital watermarks embedded? The first one is there very close to why quality is probably where you should point your camera. The second one is close to time and money, somewhere in that particular vicinity. And then the third one for the review, the camera should be pointed on the avatar itself. Again, I'll give you a couple of seconds to see that placement in case you're following along. Now our chapter 6 avatars. This one in regard to the 4 components, communications, negotiation, facilitation, and implementation. This area where we have design, share, and reward. Implementation is the third area, and then our chapter 6 review. So let's show you where these particular digital embedments have been made. And you can see that it's close to where we have the word comms, where we have the word share in the second illustration, over implementation in the third, and of course for the review over the avatar itself. So those are the 4 areas in chapter 6. And again, I'll give you a second in case you're following to see where those particular embedments are. Or you can always place your, you can place this video on hold if you pause for a few minutes if you wanted to do that. And now our chapter 7 avatars, looking at approaches and results, and our Chapter 7 review. Let's take a look at where these are. Somewhere right about a couple of lines down from approach is where the first one is located. And then place your camera on the avatar itself for the Chapter 7 review. Again, giving you a few extra seconds to notice the placement of those. All right, so let's talk a little bit about options. The technology does not have to be used to access the YouTube videos. So we give them to you as an option, but you can go right to the youtube.com / motivate the world channel, and you can subscribe to the channel, and you can access all of the videos if you choose to not go with the technology. And this is where the lectures are located. This is just an option for you while you're reading the book and can engage you on a whole nother level in regard to taking you straight to additional content on that particular lecture. And remember, even though the textbook is consistent, the differentiation is made for each separate course by the ability to get different lectures on different courses. So you're not separating with the textbook. You actually have the point of separation with the videos and the lectures that are located on the YouTube channel / motivate the world. So in summary, when we look at use the technology as nothing more than a resource and tool to help assist you. The textbook is one of several tools and should not be considered the only tool that you have. And quite frankly, when you look at lectures and some of the other tools that we've given you, like the website, the textbook is at equal with those particular tools and resources, not to stand out necessarily above them. And then from an education standpoint, seek to become proficient through your use. The whole idea, the impetus for our work is to be able to understand how to not only become proficient, but productive citizens. So that means we are constantly in a learning mode. When you look at these opportunities, these resources, these tools, they're designed to assist you in the learning process. The more you can engage and develop your skills in regard to these, the more proficient you will become in the long term. Here is your thought for the day. New day, big beginnings.